it up, back it in so I can begin.
Good morning, gentlemen. How you doing?
Morning.
Morning.
What's happening?
How's it going?
I'm good.
It's Friday? It's
Friday. Yeah, no work today. Hopefully I don't get called in and I'll be able to work in the garage today all day. No wife till later tonight either. So I shouldn't say Sebastian's still here.
Right, yay.
How you guys doing? Let's start with John. How you doing, buddy?
Get the violins. Get the violins. Go on, John.
John?
No, John.
Yeah, I've I've got a dodgy finger.
Did you jam it?
I was
Nazi jammer?
modeling at the kitchen table with my son, and I was using one of these knives, but without the knife. So I was holding the blade.
Oof.
Why?
I didn't have the handle. The handle was at work, and I thought the clever thing to do was just teach my son that it's fine to cut by holding scalpel blades.
Yeah, like any good dad would do. Yeah.
Social services will be in contact.
Yeah. And I slipped off the plastic, and I was like, and it was like just shooting out. And my son was like, "Daddy," and I was like, "It's fine. Just go and get me some tissue." And he came back with like one square of tissue, like, and I was like, "That's not going to do anything." So I just went over to the sink, and the sink is just filling up with blood, and my other son's on crutches because he did his knee in, so he's hobbling about trying to get me plasters and stuff, and I can't move because it's just pouring over the kitchen floor. So I've got my wife wasn't there, she was out, and my other two sons were in bed. So luckily I had the eldest sons with me that knew kind of what they were doing, and I was just wrapping this up, and blood was pouring out the top of the dressing, and it was it was a shit show for a good 15 minutes. So and I walked into a wasp's nest 2 days ago. So
Not at the same time, though.
no, not
Yeah, he can see him running around with his finger. And then...
So all my legs are stung. My back is stung. I'm sunburned. I've got a cut finger. And that's about how my week's going so far.
Yeah, so life is good. Yeah.
You're all right when I saw you
really,
last
really
week.
going well.
So you've had
perfectly okay
a
when I saw you last week.
wonderful
Yeah, I was
day.
fine then. Yeah.
Now, who's going to top that?
Okay.
You can't.
No.
No. I had a wasp nest taken care of in my walls yesterday, but that was me calling someone on the phone and them coming out with their protective gear and poison. I didn't get stung, but once again, my house has decided to cosplay as a dead, rotten tree and attract bees. I had this last year on the other side of the house. So my wife is very attuned to hearing buzzing in the walls. She's like, "I think we have bees again." We looked outside and they were coming in. So, $400 later and they're gone.
Is there something you can do? Something you can spray or something that they
Yeah.
never get there? Or
Yeah, I can move and get the fuck out of Baltimore.
yeah, okay, yeah, that's always an option.
I mean, yeah, you probably
There'll be bees wherever you go, though, Jason.
but it won't be hopefully 100-year-old house with 100-year-old cedar siding.
Yeah,
You
just need to learn to be a beekeeper, and you can have a side.
Yeah, I've been joking that I'm gonna make and sell wall honey to people.
My friend's a beekeeper. He actually sells honey a lot. He sells it like $10 a bottle and makes quite a bit of money off of it.
Yeah, I know the last year it was European hornets, which are like the size of your thumb. Those were very aggressive and very terrifying looking. But that was up towards the top of the roof, so that was like $1,500 because they had to rent a scissor lift. They had this guy in the suit, look, it looked like a clown show. This is the small little yellow jackets. I don't know if they make honey. All they do is make terror.
No, they definitely don't.
Yeah. So
Make pain.
So
yeah.
Normally we do shooting ships with Wednesday Workbench Wednesday, but I was talking with Aaron yesterday. I'm like, let's just do a show that's because every time we get on, we just chat for I don't know 45 minutes, and then I have to interrupt everybody and their awesome stories and say we got to get to the people's stuff. But we haven't done like just talking about our crap that we love, other than, so it's been a while. So I figured that'd be a good idea. And yeah, it started off with John's slicing his hand. How many people here have sliced their hand really bad like that?
Ooh.
Yeah. It happens a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I tend to hold the handle, not the blade.
Yeah.
I think that was a pro tip that I was taught by my parents when I was like 2.5 years old or something. I think.
Ah, God.
Well, John
That's
taught his kids the same way. Just
That's not,
no,
that's not extreme modeling.
Yeah, those kids will never do this. That's yeah.
It's only ever happened to me when I was doing something really stupid. Like afterwards, I'm thinking to myself, I really shouldn't have done it that way. That was just really dumb. And
yeah, the worst times is when you do something that while you're doing it, you're thinking, this is not the right way to do it. And then you slice. Yeah.
I have two really good ones. The first was it was about a week before my wedding. And I'm holding this is back when the only Cylon Raider you could get was a resin kit from Jim Key. And I was holding part of it, and I had a hole where the power wire was going through for the lights, and I tied a little bit of a knot, and I was going to use some hot glue to squirt around the hole to keep it all from, I didn't want it to come out and pull, connections loose. So I'm holding this thing that I've been working on for a very long time and my glue gun, and I put it to the hole and I squirt. It squirts right through the hole onto my ring finger. And I'm like, fuck. And I very carefully put the model down and then run to the sink, turn the water on, and I could see like a blister forming. And I'm like, that sucks. And I'm at work like a day or two later typing. And I worked at the time at the National Institute of Health. So on a hospital campus. So suddenly my finger feels wet and I look and the blisters popped. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I look and there's like a black hole about the size, literally the size of like a pencil eraser, like at my finger. And I'm like, that doesn't look normal. So I walk down the hall to the clinical director. First I walk down the hall and the first person I see, I know she's a nurse, but she's the contract manager. And I was like, does that look good to you? And she was like, did you do that at work? And I was like, no. She goes, okay, good. That looks necrotic. Go to the clinical director, get I'm pretty sure. So I walk over across the hall and I show Dr. Leff and I'm like, she goes, did you do that at work? No. Okay. That's necrotic. Go to the ER. I'm like, okay. She goes, no, go to the burn ward. I'm like, So I go, it's like a 15-minute walk. Did you do that at your job? Fucking no. And they're like, okay. And then they had to debride it or whatever. And Silvadine solution. It was like torture. And it left like a real Freddy Krueger looking thing, but it's on my ring finger. So the joke was that I was trying to get out of getting married. And the second one, I was at Steve Dimzo's house working on the prototype.
Are we losing people?
Nope, you're just lagging.
I'm lagging?
No. John is.
Oh.
Okay. I was
I'm gonna leave and come back in again.
Okay. I was at Steve Dimzo's house working on the prototype of the Y-Wing in time for Comic-Con, so whatever year that was. And this was right before getting married. It was sort of the same time frame. My juju was off because I was, a lot was going on. Because I didn't do that paint master because I went on my honeymoon, which is why the paint master looked dark brown. But anyway, I had glued a part on wrong. And talking about Marvin saying you shouldn't be doing this as you're doing it. So I have the X-Acto knife and I'm holding the head, or the body and the head of the Y-Wing. And I'm trying to pop the part off like this, and it pops. And my hand keeps going, and I'm like, hey, you should probably pull your hand back. This all happens in like a half second. And I go into my hand and pull it out. Like me pulling back was just making this trough. Kind of still see the scar.
Oh yeah, you can.
It just opened up, and I saw the hand on the wheel, and all this fat popped out.
Show us that one. Show us that one up close. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I immediately go like this. I walk over to Dimzo, and he's on the phone chatting with somebody about some RPF, like nonsense or whatever. We're always a bunch of sewing circle ladies, and I go, I cut myself, and he goes, funny, and I let go, and blood just goes like this, and he goes, I gotta call you back, and we go to the hospital, and he lived at the time in Schwenksville, Pennsylvania. This was back when it was Yahoo Maps, and you literally couldn't get to his address because they're like, that doesn't exist. So like country roads trying to get to this hospital. There was some biker convention in town, so we had to go around like 8 blocks circuitous route to get to the hospital. The guy, like the lady at the desk was like, I need your insurance card. And I was like, okay, hold on. And my wallet, and threw it at her. I'm like, it's in there, and she's like, what? And I'm like, I can't let go of this thing. We're sitting there for like half hour, and he goes, bleed on the floor. I was like, what? He goes, this is taking too long. So I just went like this, and blood hit the floor, and they were like, they don't like that apparently. So we went back. It was like 12 stitches, and the guy, we were cracking jokes with him, and he had anesthetized it, and he's like, you got to stop making me laugh, this is going to take too long. And sure enough, the last couple stitches I felt, and he was just like, you shouldn't have done that. And then I went down to the clinical director's office the day before my wedding to get the stitches out. He's like, I haven't done this in years. And he got out his little kit, and he's like, cool. And just at his desk, he took my stitches.
Oh, it's fun doing it yourself. Take the stitches out. That's fun.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
My wife's a nurse. I watched her do it. Yeah. So, but like, just cut them and pull them out. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I did it like I was cutting a blade. I was shaving wood off of the sandcrawler like this.
Towards yourself.
Towards myself, yes.
Sure.
and for some dumb reason, I don't even think my thumb was pretty far away from it, and it went like this.
Yeah.
And gouged like all the way down to my bone, right? And I grabbed it. I didn't even look at it. I just knew it was bad right away. Yeah. And I ran upstairs. I'm like, babe, we gotta go to the hospital. Off we went. Like, I didn't even look at it till I got there, and I should have got stitches, but I didn't. But yeah, these are the things that you sacrifice for your love of this hobby, and I'm sure everybody listening has probably got the same stories as we do, where it's just dumb to do something, and except for Marvin.
Marvin's too smart to cut himself.
Marvin's way too smart for all of us.
I don't do modeling enough to.
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to offend you.
I'll say it. Yeah, I'll say it.
I was going to. That was on the tip of my tongue, but I thought, I better not.
Now, do you guys usually know that you need stitches and you just squirt some super glue in the hole and keep going?
Oh yeah.
And
black electrical tape.
I do that a lot. My wife will look at a thing and she goes, that probably needs stitches. And I'm like, it's glued shut. It's medical. Don't worry about it. She's like, is it sanitary? And I was like, I wiped the blade with alcohol. I don't know.
I don't even do that. Like I was a construction electrician for a long time, and my kids were always amazed at how much damage I could do to my fingers. Mm-hmm. Like I came home one day, I was drilling, I was driving in a screw, and the Phillips tip slipped off and went right into my thumbnail. Like you could see the Phillips tip cross in my thumbnail, and just destroyed it. And like I just put paper towels and black electrical tape over top of it, and good to go.
Yeah.
I've trodden on wood before with a nail in, and the top of my boot has risen like through the foot. So you saw the point in the boot. And nothing I did to my foot when I was about 17. When you used to run down the stairs and just jump off the last few at home. Yeah. When you could manage the stairs, not nowadays. And my mum used to sew, and she used to do all that sort of thing. And there was a sewing needle pointing directly up in the carpet. It was quite a thick carpet, and that sewing needle went right in the ball of my foot, like so far up that there was you just couldn't. There's no way you could get that out. It was in there, so I had to have an operation in hospital, and I went in with my mum. And before I went down to theatre, she went, right, you got to take all your clothes off. And I went, what? And she went, no, when they go down there, you put a gown around you and take all your clothes off. And I was like, no, you don't. She was like, no, you do. So I stripped naked and put this gown around me, so my arse is hanging out and everything. So I'm laying in this bed, And one of the nurses was my mate's cousin, and she was really good looking. And she was like, "Oh, it's you." And I was like, "Oh, hi, you're right." And then they did the operation, and when they came round, I was like, "Oh, everything went well." Yeah, we had quite a shock when we rolled you over.
You know,
And
John,
I just,
the other reason I call you every day is to hear the hilarious stories you have in your life. Blow out anything else anybody has ever told me I've ever met. Like it's just nonstop
like,
comedy.
It's like
did I tell you when I
ass.
shot someone once with a shotgun?
Oh God. Does it have to do with a model? Then maybe we should move on.
No, he told us.
Okay, we can move. You want to hear
Did
this
you tell
one?
us?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
Told us at Wonderfest?
Yeah, well, he told me.
did I? Yeah. We used to I used to go like hunting with my dad and stuff. And then when I got to about 17, 18 and we had our own cars, me and my friends used to go over and we used to just we just load our shotguns in the back of like a hatchback and we'd drive to this wood and there was a pond in this wood and we'd get people to beat out the ducks and they'd come up out the pond and then you'd shoot them. But the guy that was beating was dead straight ahead of me. And I didn't let this duck hardly leave the pond before I just fired. And as the duck fell, he fell as well.
Super.
And yeah, it's one barrel, 2 hits. And my friend just looked at me and went, "Oh, you shot like a friend." And I was like, "Oh fuck!" And he's rolling about on the floor holding his leg. And we took his trousers down. It might have been an inappropriate thing to do at the time, but it seemed important to get his trousers.
Well, there's a theme with these stories. Somebody else with their pants off.
Right, exactly.
And he just had like loads of peppered like red marks all around his thigh. There was no breakage of like skin, but the duck took the full power of the shot.
Well,
but,
thank God, or else you'd be in jail right now. We wouldn't.
I know,
be speaking
yeah.
here.
It was pretty silent on the way home in the car.
How long ago was that? Yesterday or day before?
Oh no. Again, I was like 17.
You know, Chris, this may be a whole new audience for the channel of masochists. You know, people.
I know. Well, we're all masochists anyways. I mean, we're already masochists because we beat ourselves to death with this stuff. You know, trying to make it work. But holy crap, John! Wow.
Oh, there's going to be more, but we don't. We can just talk about the things like models and stuff.
So what are you all working on? Tell me what your poison is right now, John.
Battlestar.
Are you off the Battlestar? Are you after this?
Tanker.
After this, are you ready to get back to the cool kids and be, doing?
Yeah, Pyro X-wing.
Pyro X-wing. Oh yeah, that's right. You got that.
Yeah. So.
Oh well, problem is I need to send it to you.
Yeah, I was thinking perhaps you could do the commission.
Yeah, in all my spare time. No problem. I'll get to that right away. As long as
do that in your sleep.
Yeah. And don't worry about it. You don't have to pay me. Just he can pay you. No problem.
Yeah. That's fine.
Speaking of that, I gotta send that to you sometime soon. And I also have 3 of your Battlestar Galactica models in my basement, taking up a lot of space.
And a trophy.
Yeah.
And a trophy too. Yeah. But like before we got on the show, I was also talking to these guys, and like I'm 100% models now. Like I don't really even care about most of the stuff I have in the basement. Some things I do, but like I was talking to these guys earlier, and I was like, I really like this 78 Pontiac Trans Am Smokey and the Bandit, T-tops thing. I could sell maybe 20 or 30 part pieces down here and buy one and still have and make tons of room for new models too, like 5-foot Falcon, Star Destroyer, Transport,
Things build up easily though. I thought I wasn't going to outgrow a bungalow, but it's happened.
Well, I have a large basement. It's not massive, but it's still pretty damn big. And I was moving things around yesterday, trying to make things look somewhat decent because I finished that Star Destroyer base, and I didn't have anywhere to put it. That it didn't look, and it's like this big, right?
Yeah.
It didn't look clustered. So I was thinking about displaying your Battlestar things down there and taking a picture just to show you.
It's an interesting question, I think. One thing that we haven't seen on the Nerf Herders group, which is different to a lot of the other collecting groups, is people showing their collections and how they display
Good
them.
point.
Right?
Yeah,
It would be
yeah.
nice to see, because we have a lot of new names and faces that don't really kind of, yeah, see yours, Jason. Aren't really in a lot of the other, like they're not in the Hyperdrive, or they're not in the 6 or some of the other collector groups. I mean, they're new names to me. But yeah, nobody really seems to share. Once they've built their model, where does it go? How does it look in their room?
And it's the end of the journey's done as well. The joy for me is building it.
For sure, and I think that's the case with most builders, and I get that impression from everybody I speak to who builds, that it's really the build that's most important. And once that's done, it's right. What's next? It's kind of pushed aside. Either the model gets sold or
the social element of talking to your friends about what parts you need, what IDs are this, what paints we're going to use, what, and then you go on that big journey, and then it's finished. You're like, on to the next. It's done.
But there are some, like Chris, for example, who wants to display his models and wants to kind of
Well, it's funny you say that, because Chris was talking about doing a new collection tour video, because his basement's changed so much.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, Chris, talking of your basement and your figures, who's seen that 50th anniversary ILM figure?
Oh yeah, that looks really cool.
That's the magician.
Yeah, how cool's that?
That is cool.
It's a crew gift, though, isn't it? So it's
it's crew gift.
Yeah. So
did Hasbro make that?
I don't know. I would assume so.
Oh no, was it Super 7 that did all the?
Oh, maybe.
But it basically looks like a vintage figure, but it's the magician.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I'm a little different than most builders, because in my roots are like collecting. So I do build things just for my collection. I haven't. It seems like not as much, but because the stuff I want to do is way complicated. It takes months to do. But I'm a little different. I don't think a lot of builders have collections of their stuff. I know Jason.
Then you could spend all day walking around Hackers. Workspace, and
he don't sell anything from what I understand.
As well, all the collection of like donor models. I like that.
Well, that's a collection right there, and it doesn't. Yeah. I don't show it to nobody. I don't make videos of that,
but then you'll get somebody like me going, oh, can I have that part from that one? Can I ruin that kit for you?
Yeah.
Can I do that?
I'll keep your eyes off my Entex. Yeah. But you Marvin, you collect, you do the same. You sort of build for your own collection too.
Yeah.
Right.
Also because I take so long, of course. Like, once I'm done with something, then it's here to stay, and it's going into the will, basically.
Right. Yeah. Jason, do you keep anything, or are you willing to sell just about everything?
I think anything can go for the right price. I mean, because I the love for me is the building. I've got that 5-foot Death Star tower that's fully animatronic, and I don't want to let that go. But if somebody threw enough cash at me, I'd be like, okay, bye. I love you.
I like it, but I don't like it that much.
Yeah, I mean, and with that, I don't think I would build another one. So like you were talking about the Star Destroyer, I've been trying to work on models, but I can't bend or twist still. So it's hard for me to I want to work on the Pyro X-Wing, but it's on the floor. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll see you in a month or two.
Yeah.
And that's also a little more strenuous than, just cutting styrene. So I made my little guy, and I'll cut a base for it probably. I was thinking of a wood base, going a little, traditional.
Also,
like a raw wood.
Yeah. Or like a burnished walnut or something.
Oh, okay. I thought
are you gonna keep it clean, or are you gonna mess it all up with dust? And
I think I might paint this guy like a light blue, not quite like a blue gray, not quite the stormy sea, but I think I'm gonna paint it like it's a ship. And I don't know, I like it gray though.
It is really nice gray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but like
you hit it with Tamiya primer, and you think, oh, done.
Yeah.
Tamiya primer is one of those things that look beautiful in primer. But like you have that, John, Jason. Another thing I keep is pieces that I do with the group, like that piece. The group of us did that. Like, that means a lot. And the concept AT-AT the tank. I'll keep that because we did that together. Like it's more of an emotional tie to things, like a sentimental thing. But like almost any resin kit, I'll throw it out the door. Like it doesn't bother me. But something that I build like this, like the Sandcrawler or the Transport or future, Falcon or something like that, is not going to leave because I put so much research into it. I put so much heart into it. I put a lot of kit parts into it. I'm not going to sell those either.
Yeah. And it is fun building together, isn't it?
It is. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like you do your own personal projects, and then I'm like now itching to sort of jump on board with you guys to do something as a group,
Well, I love seeing Bill working on the Rebel Transport. I think he's the furthest along. Brian's working on one. Chris, you're working on one.
Yeah, I just started mine.
I've got mine in pieces.
Yeah, John, we got to start this one.
Yep. That's how mine looks.
Yeah.
And Jason, you want me to show you this while we're online here?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can show you. So if anybody's building this, they'll see what I'm talking about. Like you can see that the block is flush with that acrylic, right?
Flip it over. Let me see the other side. One more.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff.
Your block is your block right?
Orientated right? This is the front, right?
Yeah.
That's the front.
And that little hole, the offset hole, should be further forward than backward. The side mount. But flip it around again. Sorry.
Which way?
Side mount.
This is the bottom.
Yeah.
And
all right.
I'm looking at it like I'm looking at the hero side, right? So that's the mount side, right?
Is the video flipped? Because I think we are looking at the hero side.
Yeah, the hero side is starboard, which would be right.
You are looking at the hero side.
Yeah.
No,
and your side mount is now facing the hero side, and I think it should be.
Yeah, you're
hero.
Exactly. Your block needs to flip 180 degrees.
Amateurs.
Yeah.
Well, no, because I'm looking at it like this, and the front's this way.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the hero side. You're looking at the non-hero side.
No, we're looking at the hero side.
We're looking at the hero side.
Which way is it orientated? If I'm looking at it on the front there, right?
Two things. You need to flip the block. If you flip the block 180 degrees, where it with that X at the top, it'll be correct. That offset mount needs to be facing forward and on the side you're looking at.
Flip it over towards
Chris,
the back.
imagine we're at Wonderfest right now, and where you're holding it, we are at the edge of the table, and you are where Bill's Vulcan ship is.
Yeah.
I think the video's flipped.
No, I can read yours.
No, because your cap says something legit.
Steel curtain. Yeah.
So if I'm looking at it from the back, right?
Yeah.
If I'm doing doggy style this thing, right?
Yeah.
Then the right side,
the
side.
Back.
Yeah.
Right.
Then your right side, the starboard side, the right side, that's the hero side.
Oh. What? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show me a picture.
Yeah.
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 Well, I didn't glue anything down. So
You haven't used thread lock, so you're good.
I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Chris, aren't you glad this is recorded?
Honestly, yes, because I'm not afraid to show that I'm a complete idiot and I fuck things up. So no. Anybody got a picture?
I'm just grabbing a picture.
Grab me a picture.
I have a signed picture. I don't know. Is that the hero side?
We're still only seeing
That would be the right hand side of it if you're doggy style.
So that would mean the front goes towards my right hand side, right?
See, this is
left hand side.
So this is the whole reason why we don't use right hand side with ships and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Let's see yours, Jason.
Starboard is right hand side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Starboard is right hand side.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking it from the back towards the front. So the way you're looking at
that
now.
is this picture then. So that is this
Yeah,
picture.
that yours is correct.
Starboard is the hero side?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Chris, you're looking at the bottom right now. You want to flip it up.
No, this is the top.
Just making it worse now, Aaron.
This is the top.
Dick.
This is the bottom.
You're showing us the hero side.
Show us your hero side, Chris.
Be a hero.
Well, I don't know that that's.
Everyone's loving this at home.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Who's on first?
I'm just picturing Chris's transport coming out all oblong and wonky.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He's all finished, and then he goes to mount it, and then he has to stick the mount in the front, like fool you.
I'm trying to see how that's going to change. So
I'm just so glad this is not me.
No, I'm glad this is on.
This
to be
is
honest with
usually
you,
me.
Yeah. Usually you keep it in the private chat instead of broadcasting it to the world.
Yeah. Anyway, Aaron, how have you been?
it still keeps me
Great. Not cutting myself.
Even if I rotate 180 degrees, that still puts the block up against flush with the.
You got to flip the block, not rotate. You got to the block.
And meanwhile, Jason's posting Patreon stuff while we wait on Chris.
Yeah, I forgot that the file had uploaded. I just grabbed my Patreon because I thought I could probably find the photo faster if I just do that.
So what am I missing here? Nick is like, I hope this is going on for the next hour.
It's a real-time build.
Yeah.
I'm glad this is happening. Actually,
I found my picture.
Share.
Can I share my screen real quick?
Yes. Share is down. Plus on the monitor.
All right. I think I'm probably sharing. Am I sharing now? Yes.
Yeah.
Woo, infinity. All right. There you go.
Huh.
Oh, yeah. So the only picture I show is but that's. See how it's going the other.
That's coming towards me. So what does the final picture look like? Show me like your overall like finished displayed.
Oh, okay. Final.
Yeah, final.
A peek behind the curtain.
Yeah. Welcome to my brain. Rebel transport. Mine. Transport web.
See, John, this is how you organize photos, not just all in one camera roll.
Ah.
Yeah, on 3 different phones.
There you go.
Okay, so it's like this then. Okay. Well, that's okay. That don't change anything though, Jason.
No, I guess it is still poking up a little.
Yeah, it's still flush. And how can I make myself bigger?
I think mine was like that too, which is why that square is there cut.
See, there is a space under the bottom.
Yeah.
Right.
I think
and
mine
then you can't get this thing out. It stops it if you have it. You have to put that block in. You have to put this in first, and then nail the block down.
Yeah. Well, if you remember, I'd said somewhere along my building that leave that front piece loose.
Right.
Yeah, until because on my build it's a little off.
Yeah, loose that you can move it if you have to adjust it in the casting.
Yeah, my millimeters.
Yeah.
3 off.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I didn't lock that down until this because I was ready to cement that sucker in. There we go. That would have been a fucking I don't know how I would have fixed that.
With
that
the mirror.
I would send you another block and you'd have to recut the acrylic.
Yeah,
I heard it, Parminder.
Just have to do it all over again.
What did you say?
What, Parminder?
Chris said, "How do I fix that?" I said, "With a mirror."
Or a hammer.
Or a hammer.
A hammer, yeah. Or a knife. Slip of the knife. Okay, so I don't know why I thought the hero side was this side.
I made it really easy by saying this end up and this faces forward and like not ventral, dorsal, aft, like
But then like the 14-inch piece goes in the back here,
right? Towards the
it goes all the way back here.
Yeah.
And the 6-inch one stops there.
Pretty much dead at the bulkhead,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing we talked about, Jason, was you almost have to with these cut holes for the acrylic, you have to go with those. You can't just buy these
you can't buy the raw gas pipe. You have to buy the fancy
cabinet
interior decorator gas pipes.
Yeah, because the outside diameter of the gas pipe at Home Depot is way too big. It won't fit through these holes.
Yeah. I don't like using that because it's oily and
No, it's this is nice and clean.
Yeah.
Just so if readers watchers are going to do this, that's make sure you buy the cabinet the shelf rigid pipe instead of Home Depot. I already made that mistake.
Yeah.
So made 2 mistakes, obviously, apparently.
I made tons of mistakes.
Well,
that thing was a parade of mistakes.
Yeah, but
I mean that's what happens when you're making something new.
Yeah. I'm just glad I didn't nail that down. Otherwise I'd be buying a new block. Start all over. And 3/16 acrylic's not exactly prevalent in a lot of places. There's only certain places that sell that.
I'd buy everything from a place called Delvey's Plastics in Utah.
Although
I think Ben,
he goes to Houston.
Yeah, and I think they might have better prices. I haven't bought acrylic in a while, so next time I buy it, I'm gonna shop around. He has not paying for shipping. Shipping's always $50, no matter what I buy.
Yeah, I need to get more. Marvin, you working on the Star Destroyer?
Yeah, I got the Star Destroyer finished. At least ready for paint. So it's all in primer. The maquette, just like everybody, I think, on Nerf Herders is doing that one now. And I've been redoing my ATST with the help of Jason and Hiroshi. New parts found, and I was also, I guess, together figuring out how they were modified, because I've seen, of course, now a couple of people putting on those parts, but I
was talking to Hiroshi yesterday, and he's like, "Oh, I got to get back on the Return of the Jedi ATST armature," and then he remembered he also was going to make a little piece that we can print or whatever that sort of gives us places to put the springs and wire and tubes. So yeah, I'll get with him again. Yeah, he's like, nice. Oh, I forgot to do that, and I'm like, that's so funny because you were just talking about that. Yeah, like, you were like, where do you guys put your hoses? And it's like wherever, and you're like, great, good talk, everybody.
Now, some of the hoses you see that they're somewhere in the like underneath the neck, like the chest area. Yeah, you can see that there's. It looks like these F1 type parts that
like the BT-46 has a couple little posts, and you're like, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. But the other ones you're just like,
the main one that goes to like the back of the body on top of that deck somewhere.
There's too much shadow going on.
Yeah. But I love how the ATST is still the gift that keeps on giving. There's so many people still doing this.
Yeah. It's what you graduate to after you make a probe droid pod.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
It's like, I love watching people's journeys where they start with the probe pod and then they're like, maybe I could do, you could go Skyhopper, you could go
TIE Bomber.
That's another really good one. Yeah. I started working on, I haven't done a sketchbook model in a while. And I've been keeping this like offline mostly just because it seems like whenever I make a sketchbook model, the 3D guys, like while I'm still figuring it out, they make their own version and like sell the files for $18. And I'm just like, fuck, like it takes away all my like motivation in a way. But the Joe Johnson sketchbook Star Destroyer, I was like, I could make that because I have a just pile of 1/700 ships from the transport project that, just leftover bits. And I'm like, that I could use all of that and just have this thing soak it up. So I'm making like a 27-inch Star Destroyer and I drew the main forms up in Rhino and thought, okay, I can cheat and just send the body, like wedge shapes, skeletal shapes, off to China. They could print it for like a couple $100 and send it back to me, and it saves me just so much time and effort, especially since I'm sort of immobilized, like you know. So I built the head, so that was fun. So that's just me fucking around with extra.
Is this the one that has like it looks fast? It's got those big engines at the back, and
it's in the Star Wars sketchbook. It still pretty much looks like a Star Destroyer. It's from the back, and it just has 4 balls on the top. That's all you see. It's just one shot.
I don't have that sketchbook.
Oh,
you don't?
You don't?
No,
How do you not have
I have
it?
the Empire and Jedi one, but I don't have the Star Wars one.
I feel like this new little Star Destroyer maquette might be one of those things that are added to the ATST probe droid pods, and TIE bomber as a gateway
main stable.
Yeah, even more gateway because it's super
very
shape.
Yeah,
you only need to buy five kits, and then you have everything.
Yeah.
That might be the gateway drug, the new gateway drug that happened.
That guy making a very handy
parts map
was probably the fuel for a lot of people. There's one picture of it in the sketchbook.
So that wasn't the one I was thinking of, but that's cool.
No, I was also thought there was the other one. Yeah.
Cool.
It looks like
you think of the one that's got like the big turbine on the top, like the
it has something like almost like a little bit of a tail or something.
Somebody made one of those a while back. I can't remember.
In that drawing, Jason, it looked like the kind of central part was more squished in it. Is that?
So my I think I've got the file. I could probably bring
it looks almost like an Aztec temple, really, like a pyramid.
I don't think there's one JJ sketch that isn't worth doing in as a model.
Oh yeah, all of them are great.
Yeah. It's stubbier.
Marvin,
there's this one ATST model, and somebody did start making it.
Yeah, they did.
And it's a really weird one with like the square like a view box, and then this strange tail. You can see that model could never walk because it's like back heavy. You know which one I mean?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
But I bet that one I was still interested in seeing how that was turning out.
Who did that in the group?
Yeah.
Because we haven't seen any updates on that for a long time.
Yeah.
Isn't that the same guy who was doing that little Jawa sled?
Yeah, I think so.
Possibly.
I haven't
seen an update on that either.
No. We're not.
I love
people.
The
we need to
Bill George did. That's recently put on the Nerf.
Yeah. What is that?
That was in the animated show. You know, there was like a in between sort of show about some young kid pilots that used to race the X-wings. Resistance, isn't it?
That's a newer one. That's a newer cartoon.
Resistance is called, isn't it?
Yeah,
that was actually a good show. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I started watching it. I never finished it, but it was good, actually. You're right, Aaron. Yeah. It was
I didn't like it.
watchable.
It took a bit to get into it, but
I didn't like it at all. Then again, I didn't like Superman either, Aaron. So,
it's a good movie.
Chris, I found the sketchbook thing.
Let's see it. Let's see
it real quick. Oh yeah. All
right. I haven't done any of those gateway drugs. I haven't done the.
Yeah, you went straight to heroin.
I did. Straight to heroin and fentanyl.
I think. Am I sharing my screen?
Yeah, you don't have a picture up there. Yeah, it's just us.
Oh, it's just us. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. So, I have extra Rebel transport bells. So the small bells are that, and the big bells I'm having machine. So it's stubby.
Yeah.
Or at least I decided to make it stubby. So it's like the kid brother. Like, wait up, guys.
Does anybody else get a Aztec? Oh, I like the bottom.
Oh yeah, all open.
Oh,
that's cool. Just to save. That's just for access and to save.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do like recessed details.
Nah, it's gonna be pretty traditional. Just literally an excuse to soak up parts.
Yeah.
I did like that
open up
stacking
that bottom.
of the
That can
column,
soak.
though, at the tower. That stacking.
Yeah.
Good.
You could
should
probably just
save 'em.
spray some glue in and just empty those 700 kits and shake it a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a prototype Star Destroyer about the size of the one we all just made in the archives, Super Star Destroyer, and it literally looks like
cat litter.
Yeah, it looks like cat litter was just sort of sprinkled on it to give it that texture.
Well, we were sitting with Sean at Wonderfest, and he was Sean saying it was crushed walnuts?
That's what it was. Yeah, that's the same one. In reality, it's crushed walnuts. Yeah.
Do the crushed walnuts not degrade over time? Do they stay?
Those are locked in with paint, so I guess they're okay.
Yeah. No, I asked the same question.
Shell. It's not the walnut; it's the shell.
Yeah.
But it's probably dried out, and then the paint sealed it in. So
yeah.
That was a trick that Lorne came up with, wasn't it? Not to use like sand and stuff. It was to use crushed walnut shells.
Yeah. But where else did he use it on? Where did he use it on Sandcrawler?
As dust on the tracks.
Is that what it is?
I think the stuff I think the dust on the tracks is literally from the desert.
From the sand, I also thought that. Yeah.
When you
see it's all splattered up,
them just throwing the dust at it.
Well, the tracks were going through wet material as well, and it seemed like splatter all over the back.
At last year's ILM model shop reunion, Bill made coasters that said "Back to the Model Shop," and then I made a coaster, like lovingly trolling Lauren a little bit because his solution for everything was crushed walnut shells. So I did this, Peterson's crushed walnut shells, 1,001 uses kind of thing. And that they got a kick out of that because he was just like, they work. He's like, it's a good idea. If you could you could buy them in fine, medium, and like chunky.
Spray it white and have it snow.
You're gonna need a lot of those 1/700 kits, aren't you, for like Devastator or something like that later? Right?
Me?
Yeah.
Is that the New Hope one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably using parts that I'll need again, but
it's almost impossible.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll buy the kits later if I have to, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, $20 here, $20 there adds up, but like,
but some of them aren't. Like the Junio, that's the Junio. Come Marvin, help me out.
Yeah,
that's expensive.
Is that?
And the what's the other one? The older one. Is it the Yamato? I don't know.
Yeah, the Yamato.
Gives you like 2 sprues in the kit.
Well, the Yamato and the Shinano have been retooled, so you have to buy the vintage ones. Yeah. Those are a pain in the ass. I didn't know the Junio was expensive now. I have like,
but all like the Prince of Wales and the Hood and the Scharnhorst, all that sort of thing. They're cheap.
Yeah. I mean, literally the ones I was buying for that Star Destroyer were on Amazon. And I'm like, I want it tomorrow. Like for $25.
And the Ganusu, Marvin.
Yeah, the Ganusu.
How do you say that? Is it Nisano?
Gnisano.
Gnisano?
We had this exact exchange on a previous live stream.
On almost every one of them.
Don't worry, I'll ask again in a couple of months.
And Marvin's just shaking his head at everybody.
Is the Junio, was that, you can't use the newer one?
I don't think the Junio's been retooled.
Junio, I think, is the same. I think they did add a sprue because there's one sprue that's feels like it's more modern in its tooling. It's like little extra guns or something.
Yeah.
But the rest of it is the same.
Yeah.
It's the Shinano that you're thinking of.
Shinano and the Yamato.
Yeah. The Shinano, that's
and the Shimano.
I've been caught out with that.
The Yamato is that a 600, 700 Yamato from Tamiya?
That is, they've used a ton of Yamatos, but the Tamiya 1700 did change apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I have to see what
Same with a lot of the ships. The Hasegawa stuff has been retooled as well, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I need to inventory what I have because I just bought a kit yesterday that I have like 4 of already, and I don't know. I was like, totally forgot I had it.
Do you get to the point where the kit arrives and you don't know what it's for?
No.
I do, but that's when I buy stuff in the US and have it shipped to Chris, and then 6 months later I get like a goodie box, and I literally don't know what's in it.
Multiple times I've sent him a big, huge box of pieces, and he's like, "Well, what's in it?" And I said, "Do you want me to tell you?" No, I want the surprise when I get when I receive it in the mail.
That's fantastic.
And most of it is 6-inch figures, one or two kits, but 6-inch figures. Yeah.
Hiroshi will, every time he comes to the States, he opens up his suitcase and he has kits for me, and he knows that I don't keep the boxes, so they're like in these little bags. It's very sweet. Yeah. One time he showed up and he had 8 Bandai Panther Gs, like the 148 8. And he's just like, "Do you need these?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then someone else, that was at one of the like jeans get-togethers, and another guy saw me and he's like, "Wait, you're taking them all?" And I was like, "He offered," and he was like, "Fuck!" And I was like, like, I beat you, like, just by standing there. Sorry.
I really want to do that, Jason, where I break all these boxes down and just put them in bags. Oh, it'd be so liberating, but I can't bring myself to do it.
I look like a psychopath during recycling because it's like 30 boxes of Nazi armor, like in the thing.
I struggle so much. I want to do it, but I can't.
Why?
I don't know. I like the
hold on. If you do that, hold on to the boxes. If you do that, hold on to the boxes for next year's Wonderfest display because we need model kit boxes.
I don't think I will because I have a storage bin that I just pile them up in. They're on shelves and organized, but like I also think to myself, like when I would go to buy one, I'll look over there. I'll be like, all right, no, I don't have it, but like sometimes they're in the storage bin and I do have it.
I did it initially because I was keeping kits in bins in my basement in my shop, and then I ran out of room, so I started putting them on. This back room was put on in the 1940s, and underneath there's like a 4-foot, vaguely climate controlled storage space, and I'm up to bin number 98 or whatever. God. Like it literally like if you stack bins 4 feet high, it's all 4 sides of this room, and then there's a couple in the middle, like an island. It's perverse. It's awful.
Do you, Jason? I think I've seen pictures. Do you do printouts of the box to stick in the plastic container?
No, I usually throw the instructions in. Everything's bagged in tags, so I have a spreadsheet that has the location of everything, so I can like, where's the Peterbilt wrecker, and it'll say you have one in bin 47, you have one in bin 58.
You have a treasure map.
I have a treasure map. The problem is, I have now had a column with an addendum with a little P if it's been picked, because a lot of times I'm like, oh, it's down there, and there's nothing worse than crawling on your hands and knees to the bin, opening it up, and some asshole Jason from the past has already taken that part for something else, and you're like, ah.
Well, especially Jason, now you can't do that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I've never even done a spreadsheet.
My wife helped me with the spreadsheet, and it's very intelligent. Like if you put something in it, I don't know how, macros or something. It's like it just populates things, and I'm just like, oh, that's cool.
Jason, you've just created a treasure map for John to call you up and say, hey, can I get this part from you?
Yeah.
I need these coordinates from
you. Mark the X marks the spot.
Yeah, you take the dagger and you open it up and you
oh god, let's not do that.
Did you see this in the 80s?
Oh god, terrible.
Well, Chris just wants to keep that ILM look around him of all the boxes.
Well, more like mess behind me, actually. It looks like a mess, but it's actually, I know where everything is back there for some unknown reason, but I can't find my keys, usually, but I know exactly what's behind me and aside of me,
Paminder's been to my place. He knows what it's like.
Yes.
Is it worse than this, John?
Yeah.
You've shown me pictures, but I don't think it's worse than, like, this looks like a complete mess back here, but it's not.
I had to roll a few bodies out of the way to let Paminder in.
Yeah, I wondered what that smell was.
The strippers that died in the couch. All right, John?
In the couch now.
In the couch, yeah. But I thought I threw out that foam, John, that yellow foam. So you're getting a whole shitload of yellow foam when I send you your stuff.
Yes. That's like gold dust now.
And that's got actual DNA on it. So from my bed.
Oh God. Can I have the pillow back now?
Yes, I'll send you my pillow too. I didn't wash the pillow. I washed the sham that was on the pillow.
Set fire to the pillow.
I should have set fire to the pillow, but I sleep with it lovingly between my legs.
No, he just knew John touched it, so he'll never wash it again.
This is getting weird now.
Yeah, it's been weird. Okay, so let's ask another question. What is a project that you haven't started that you really want to start? And
Everything.
reasons.
I'd like a. Oh, go on, Jason.
I have every kit for the 5-foot Falcon. I have a friend made carbon fiber shells, and they're pre-cut with all the holes where they need to be.
Wow.
I still have to pay for them, but I have to move first, because if I build a 5-foot Falcon, I literally can't get it out of my shop, like physical space wise. I'd be like the weird guy making a boat in the basement, and then you gotta like break the foundation and dig down, like that kind of nonsense.
Could you get a 4-foot Devastator out?
No, maybe. I figured I could do the blockade runner and get it out with about an inch if you put it, like, stand it up, walk it out, do this, and then go straight across where the
John
side
Sabian's size.
Yeah,
blockade runner.
I have everything for that too. The 5-foot Falcon and the blockade runner are the two.
Go vertical with the blockade runner. Lift it up, hug it.
Yeah. That's how I'd have to do it to get it most of the way, and then the straight shot out the side doors. But I'm just like, that's the other thing is, like, if I build either of those, like, say, I think my wife is one of those rare situations where she's like, you could build the Falcon in the front room, fuck it, just turn it into a shop for however long that takes. And I'm like, every couple of years. But again,
wow, like, you want to stick with that one.
Do I want to? Yeah, right. Do I want to move it? Do I want to give it to a moving van company, or do I want to put it in my car and drive it 10 hours north? It's like, no, like, so I'm just waiting.
Yeah,
but America's so destabilized right now. The housing market should crash at some point. So might happen too. Yeah,
I need space too. I need to get some kids out of my house if the market goes down with the housing.
Yeah,
that's why, like, the 5-foot Falcon again. Like, that's why I don't build one, because I need to get some kids out of this house. Like,
yeah.
I need
are they wanting to leave?
No. I got a 28-year-old who lives here.
28?
Yes, and he likes his trips. He likes his 3 cars. He likes his tattoos, and moved girlfriend in too. So
the second I turned 20, I was like, "Fuck you, mom and dad," and moved out. I shouldn't have. It took me 7 years to finish college, but
so that's why I don't build a 5-foot Falcon.
You complain about it, but then we talk. You're like, I like him here. I like them.
No, I like him. I don't want him here.
He watches this, right?
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit weird how this is being recorded and live.
Well, this is my stepson who will never watch this ever. Okay. So my sons may one day watch this when I'm long gone. But
yeah,
I was saying to Paminda that the size of Graham's Falcon, a 5-foot Falcon, when you have it in your presence around you, you know how big that thing is.
Particularly the first time you see it. Like when we saw it last year was the first time I ever saw a 5-foot Falcon, or at least what it would look like, and it does.
Well, me too. Yeah,
how big it is, and then. Yeah, and it's just
watching Ollie and Graham lift that into the back of his van.
Yeah,
and there's like inches to spare, and then bang, the cockpit cone just came straight off and thudded on the floor, and I was like, oh, and he was like, it's all right, it's only tacked on, on, that's all right.
Now, how did they build his? It wasn't a plywood structure or anything. It was, I'm assuming, lighter than the original.
No,
I think Graham's is.
Graham's is wooden.
Is it wood? I thought his was 3D frame.
No, nothing's 3D on his. Okay. I think. Yeah.
Is that the ultimate goal for everybody? Is the 5-foot Falcon?
Just seeing it is enough for me.
I saw the 5-foot Falcon in '97 at the Air and Space Museum when they did that initial Star Wars thing, and the gravity of it was, insane. But it's sort of dimly lit, and it's in a museum setting. So, the first time I saw it at the archives, like sitting on its stand on the floor with no glass between me and it, and I could just walk up to it, and it's low. So you kind of have to, like, you kneel like a supplicant, like, you're looking at the bottom, and it's just, you can't process how much volume that is. Like, and again, you're in a warehouse situation. When you see it in the house, like, dominating, it's going to dominate the room.
Yeah.
You have to really think about like again, like, I'm hoping I make a 5-foot Falcon, but what if I move into a house where it won't go anywhere? Like, do I want to have it, pointing up and just sort of against the wall?
Graham's going to do his vertical, I think. So he's have it flat.
Yeah.
You got
Anyway, I've got to shoot.
John,
it's time for me
you're
to shoot. So.
just one thing before you leave. You're going to get a 5-foot Falcon, but you've got to fly over to New Zealand and swim back across in the ocean,
paddle over the top of it.
He's just gonna ride it.
I picture you like a sea turtle with it on your back. You know,
well, the way my life goes, I can't see anything going wrong with that scenario.
You could duct tape an outboard motor to the back of it and sit on it and just.
I've got an outboard motor.
There you go.
I can do that.
Put some foam on it so it's comfortable. And
you're gonna be sailing across the ocean to get to it and get it and sail it back.
Yeah, it'd be fine. I can't see anything wrong with that.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Right, guys, I've got to shoot and pick up the kids from school, so I'll see you later on.
See you,
Marvin.
Avoid knives. See ya.
So, Jason, you were mentioning that you wouldn't, there's models you would sell and models perhaps you wouldn't sell. If you built a 5-foot Falcon, would that be something you would keep, or would that still be, if somebody threw enough cash at you?
I would literally have to have like more than $100,000 offer just because of the expense. Sure. At that point, there have been things that I've sold that I didn't want to, like that first Macquarie Falcon I built. I literally did not want to sell it, and somebody said how much I want to buy it, and he was local enough that he could come pick it up, which is like 30% of the decision making, not having to ship something. And I was sitting there talking to my wife. I remember this moment because I was like, fuck, that's a good question. We were watching TV and she's like, well, what would it take for you to sell it? Because you don't want to. And I was like, it would have to change my life. And she's like, well, what would change your life? And at the time I was still chipping away at student loans. And I was like, if he gave me enough money to pay off the rest of my student loans, that'd do it. Because I know I could build another one again. And she's like, all right, well, what would that cost? And I was like, all right, well, I owe like 12 or 13 grand, and then the tax burden. And I was like, I'd want like, and a little walking around money so we could go out to dinner or something and celebrate the insanity. And I was like, I'd want like $20,000. And it just seemed so crazy at the time. It was like 2017. And she's like, well, then just say 20 grand or no. And if that's too much for him, then you keep it and you're still happy. And I was like, all right, that's fair. And I said 20 grand. The guy like wrote back within like 30 seconds. I was like, done. Just give me 6 months. And if somebody else tries to buy it out from under me in the time, let me know. I just need that, time to gather the money. I'm like, fuck, I should have asked for 30. It's like, wow.
That was too easy.
You actually have built another one, but it's not for you.
Yeah, and then I built another one for this was before 3D, so that one was very much me fighting my hands and doing it, very traditionally with stringers and pie pieces and internal ribbing and
we didn't get to Marvin. What is your?
What I haven't built yet. What I haven't started yet.
What you haven't that you want to the most.
When I got into this hobby, there were always two models that I wanted to build, and I never thought I would either. One is the AT-AT, just because it's so complicated in the armature. There's no way I could figure that out. And the second one was the medical frigate, and that was just because, again, it's too big. And if anybody knows anything about the Netherlands, we have small houses here, most of us. I live in the inner city, so it's an old, what do you call it, a working class house from the 1850s. So
1850s.
Yeah. So there's absolutely no room in this house to do anything.
It predates refrigeration. I mean, like, do you have a fridge in your house? Because my house predates refrigeration, so the kitchen is cramped.
Do you have outlets in the wall, or are they actually like wire molded onto the wall?
When I got the house, I stripped it back to the wall and did drywall, insulated drywall in front of it, just to close everything up.
So you could add outlets in the walls then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, so that's something that's just way too big. As long as I live in this house, I will not.
So you have insulation.
Yep.
You're fancy. There's no insulation on my walls.
Yeah, we've had discussions like this between Chris and I about let's call it American way of building houses and our way.
Just 2 days ago.
Yeah, just 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Like I always tell you guys, you build your houses out of wood and paper, and here it's brick, mortar, and preferably a lot of
Ours
When-
don't
when-
get
when-
bombed as much as Europe does.
that's
So
Our house is built to retain the heat. And
Yeah.
Well,
get
when
very
John was
uncomfortable
visiting
in
from
the summer.
Wonderfest, the first drive, we were going through town. And he's just look at all these paper houses.
Yeah.
yeah.
He was taking pictures of them all.
Yeah.
So
My-
frigate and AT-AT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, but so obviously AT-AT is the one that is possible, right? Because most people can't build a frigate. I couldn't. I mean, I would have to take up this whole garage to build one at some point, and then even to display it, it would take up most of my room, because you don't realize the sheer size of that sucker until you see one in person. Like,
But is it 6 feet or more?
I think it's 7 or 8, right, Jason?
Yeah.
It's 8
Jim
foot.
Jim Krevling built one, brought it to Wonderfest in progress. And the second I saw it, I was like, I don't love this enough to make it. Like, I was in complete awe of it, but I knew what it was taking for Jim to build it. And I was like, this is sort of like liberating to me, because I thought maybe I'll build one. And then when I saw it, I was like, I can't, there's just no way. Like 5-foot Falcon, that's what would go in a dedicated space, unless I get really rich and have like a Michael Hawes situation.
Yeah, exactly.
In my home.
Well,
and Jim was like, I can't wait to get this fucking thing out of my life. He was just like, I'm so tired of how big this is. And I was like, that's fair.
I was the reverse. Like, it didn't impress me until I saw it in person. When I saw it in person, yeah. When I saw it in pictures, I'm like, it's okay. Like, they never really thought
a cool model. I love it.
But now that I've seen it in person and put my hands on it, like, I would never build one. Don't get me wrong. That's never a possibility. But
are you talking about the runner or the frigate?
The frigate.
The frigate.
Okay.
Have you seen? I think it was Nicholas Sagan, who did the 3D one, and then it's, I think, 1/350th scale, and then there was a resin kit by Jimmy, JPG, if I recall correctly. That's a good size.
That's good size. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
that's all you need.
That's actually what I'm moving towards more and more. I mean, we talked a little bit about this before the show. Is like I'm figuring out that I like models. Also, because it is a model, because it's a miniature version of something.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes a tendency about being in awe of a model because it's big. And to me, that I've noticed that it kind of defeats some of the charm, at least for me.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I wish it had more detail, but that's why I prefer the 32-inch Falcon. That's why I like the AT-AT, because it's about this wide. About this high, it's just a perfect display size.
Well, Chris and I were talking just yesterday about the the sail barge, like one of my favorite ships. But the studio scale is just massive, and there's not
4 feet, 5 feet,
something like that. Yeah, but there's also not enough detail on it to warrant that size.
That's a good point. That's why an executor model at 8 feet long, it's big. But geez, you could stare at that top section detail for days and not register everything that's going on there.
Yeah. Well, we also talked. I forget who it was. I talked to probably all three of you the same thing. Like every ship. I mean, we don't know about all of them, but I'm sure like every ship probably had a maquette. Like the ones keep popping up, right? So pretty much like. The A-wing had a maquette. The Star Destroyers had maquettes. The frigate had maquettes. Like everything has maquettes,
or a farther back version,
right?
Like Bill built that more than one model. Like there's a little Rebel transport about that big that I have photos of. That it's mostly, it literally is mostly just like Morzer Carl parts and Flak 88. It's like I want to build it. And then show it publicly, and then everybody's gonna. It's one of these.
It's like this big.
Everybody's gonna want to build it because it's easy as shit.
Yeah.
But I want to get the shells right first, and then I'll just throw the STLs up online. It's like everybody can just print it or vacuum form.
If there's a sail barge maquette, no, I want that.
Yeah. But Bill built that during Jedi, and that's an Empire ship, because they needed one further in the back, and it's just permanently mounted up from the top. It's just on a stick.
But like.
Those are great.
Take the A-wing even, like that had a maquette. That It's a small, nice small. That's a nice small size model, right? And I love that size. I hate the big.
You saw the one that Quincy made at it was at Wonderfest, and then it was at his house.
Yeah. I have one that John made. He actually made it as a McCory painting. I have that one.
Cool.
But like
the speeder bike, and I know Marvin, you're working on that. That has like a siren song allure to it because it's not quite like we haven't gotten full coverage of that thing yet.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that sort of lodge in my brain, and it's just like, make me, because it's hard, Like,
do you know if there's like a cloud car maquette? Because I don't want a big cloud car. I want a small cloud car.
Cloud car is a big model. It's a big.
It is. Yeah.
I don't know if there's a cloud car maquette.
You'd think there would have to be, because they would have had to work out like how they're going to make that. That's totally different in size.
Plus, they had quite a few different concept drawings of that. So I would assume that once you have to make a decision between those concepts,
but most things had concept. Most things had concept art, and then they had a physical maquette for George to be like, okay, no, right? So like it's that way with the Regal Robot maquettes, right? It's that way with most things.
Well, there's some photos of the. Sorry, go ahead.
I think it might be. I don't think it was a hard and fast rule. I think sometimes there were maquettes and sometimes it was just concept.
Okay.
Well, there's some photos I've seen of them building the sail barge, and they have the calipers out and measuring a bunch of stuff, and I believe they have the schematics on the table in front of them. So they might be building it directly off of those schematics, not from a concept.
I know with the sail barge back in 2004, Brandon sent me the prototype sail mechanism, and it was because I restored it for them, and then they sold it at an auction, and it was this. I lost all of my photos in a hard drive crash sometime along the way, but I'll dig up a photo of the thing. It's just like this wooden like contraption with a big orange sail on the top and lots of fishing line and a plywood wheel that you turn for the sail to unfurl or whatever. And that thing, so like that was made, I think, just as an engineering prototype more than a maquette, I think.
Right.
I think Gus might own that now, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But that was cool.
I'm finding that I actually I like these little maquettes. Like just like the Star Destroyer and the A-Wing and
they're fun.
They're fun. And
well, we're also at a point in this scene where everything's been done. It's kind of sad. Like you think about it, like the Rebel transport was so pleasurable because I'm like, for me, this may be the last white whale. This might be the last thing that's like, no one's done it yet. We don't know exactly what's going on. You can't really figure it out until you build one, that kind of thing. But like, what else is there? What other mountains are there to climb?
Well, look how excited and crazy we were, Marvin, when we saw that little Star Destroyer at Celebration. We were like,
something
something new. Like, don't get me wrong, I haven't been in the hobby very long, but it was something that hadn't been seen before.
No, that's exactly how it happens.
Right.
Now.
New stuff does keep popping up, right? Just look at that ESB Saber that's going to be sold on Prop Store. That nobody seems to have seen that particular hero.
That's Vader. Yeah, that's Vader Saber. Yeah.
That was. I don't know how that went into the public hands because that was in the archives in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. I've seen it in photos, and I'm like, how did that leave? I don't know. Yeah, I'm. That's for other people to.
That's interesting.
That is not an area I want to get into, but I would like. That is a cool thing to see. Like, I have that huge Saber display, and I was just talking to Danny like the day that Prop Store announced it, and I'm like, this destroys my whole life. Like,
because you need another.
Like, I kind of want it, but there's no like room for it in the concept now. And he's like, what the fuck? How did that? And I'm like, I don't know. And we were just both like excited and running around like little kids. And I'm like, yeah, it'll be cool.
So I was watching the stream with Gus Lopez the other day, and the similar conversation came up about stuff yet to be discovered, and he made a good point. He said there's probably things that are in people's collections that will only really be discovered when they pass on, and their estate gets sold, right?
Yeah.
And that's when you'll find something new. And I think
we're going to see that more and more.
An era where that is going to happen,
Rosebud,
also
the sled.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, Joe Dante had that for 40 years. It just sold for $14 million.
What was it?
The sled from Citizen Kane, Rosebud. Like
I don't know that.
But like I was just talking to Gene Kazicki on the phone last night, and he's like, we're gonna see shit percolate to the surface because people are, letting stuff go. That's like there's this generational turnover. He's like, we're gonna see things like maybe the Maltese Falcon. It's somebody has it somewhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody lives forever. Like
or
they get to a point where they know it's time to move on.
I know for a fact that there are black hole collections that.
Oh yeah,
I know things that are out there that most like you don't think are out there.
No,
like,
that they're kept secret for a reason.
They're kept completely secret, and nobody knows. Everybody thinks that they don't exist anymore, but they actually are on somebody's shelf.
I've been to more than one collection in a house, and the guy's like, "Please, no photos. This is a sensitive topic. This should not exist," and yet it still does. And I'm like, "Oh, that's fine." Yeah.
Like take for example the Kit Bash Boba Fett, right? I'm saying I don't know about if that one's
the Kenner figure. Yeah.
There's no chance that that's lost. It was a showpiece. It's in somebody's collection that got a hold of it. Somebody has it.
Star Wars stuff with the ILMers is interesting because for so many years, they took stuff home because they, everybody was kind of, or picked it out of the trash can on the way out the door or whatever. Just keep it like a keepsake. It wasn't, I'm taking this to sell in 30 years because I know it'll be worth something. It was just, I like this thing and it just sat in my closet. And for the longest time, they were like, I can't sell it or let anybody know that I have it because like I'm still working and I don't want to lose my job. They were very much like, it's almost like an NSA job where it's like, I have signed a non-disclosure agreement and this is top secret. And then you see a couple things come out and sell, like Edlin selling that TIE fighter. And it was like, George Lucas didn't have him killed, like, okay, I guess I can sell my thing. And some of them were like, I got grandkids that need their college fund, like they were old enough or they retired. And then they're like, well, fuck it. Like what's the worst that can happen?
Like Lauren pulled that Star Destroyer out of his out of the box of his house, right?
Yeah.
He just
sell it. Yeah. I think
nobody knew it was there.
The couple of things. Yeah. And I think he said there was a box in like in a storage area where like the pool pump was or something, like where we would have like a box of Christmas ornaments, somebody has like a couple Death Star towers they forgot they had.
Yeah.
They're like, I'll sell it, sure.
So real Crebo asked, there is an Imperial shuttle concept maquette.
Yeah. Bill built a prototype of that.
Yeah.
Which I believe you discussed before. A lot of you like more than the actual one.
Is that the one that was used in the hyperspace shot? Is that something else?
I think that was a third model. I think that's a miniature version, kind of like that mini blockade runner because they needed to pull back. But he did build a concept maquette that looks a little different. And then I think what happened is the set was built and they moved where the head is for physical purposes of like.
That's what it was. Bill at Wonderfest was saying, he liked the head higher up on the concept.
Yeah, but they needed it lower for the ramp when the final hero model was built, they had to conform to overseas. I know Lauren told a story one time.
Funny that they lowered the head. There you have the scene in the full scale version, and you can see that Darth Vader helmet just actually goes through the ship, but because like the cockpit is too low.
Yeah. That's funny.
That actually should have
can't win. Yeah. Lauren told me a story one time where Lucas came to him. I guess he was model shop supervisor at that point. It was like, we need a probe droid, but you've got a very brief window of time before England needs to build it. So either build this thing like in a week model, or England's going to make one, and then you have to make the miniature to conform to them. And he was like, fuck that. They don't know what they're doing. It's like the model shop was always like, we have to build the miniature before the life-size thing is made because they're not going to make it like good or whatever. So he was like, it was kind of like a all hands on deck kind of thing. Let's build this probe droid so that we can then take pictures and they follow us, kind of thing. So I'm sure that happened more than once with production.
So They concepted and built the Probe Droid in a week.
I don't know if it was a week, but it was pretty quick. It was one of those things where it was like, oh shit, we don't have a lot of time for this.
It's a pretty complicated model to build that quick.
Yeah.
It's not.
I don't know
like
if it was a week
out.
or what, but it was. He was like, it was made like not under duress, but not as lackadaisically as other stuff, I suppose.
That one's an interesting one to build too. Like following the kit parts and everything.
It's a very cool model. I'm staring at the Sideshow 1/6 scale, I guess it is, version of it that I paint for them.
How accurate is that?
I like that size. It's very accurate, but they use some of the styling cues from the life-size one, ironically.
Okay.
But it's all like styrene, ABS or whatever. The thing I love about it is that it's a little dusty, but like
it's so fragile.
Every one of these eyes is articulated.
Yeah.
In the like everything is posable, which is kind of cool.
It's fragile as hell.
I clicked the wrong button. I grabbed this. This is one of my favorite photos.
Oh yeah. The neck. Yeah.
It is a pretty large model though, isn't it?
It's big. I've built the resin kit that was Rolando's pattern that Steve Nyson molded and cast. Yeah.
What did I do? There we go. Yeah, that's like the legs are really cool. Like there's a lot of cool parts underneath, and you have to vac form that, right? You have to vac form that body.
Ideally, yeah. I know the resin kit, the resin fan kit was a Rolando built it as a static model. It was not meant to be molded and cast. And Steve had a challenge because he had to sort of break parts apart to be able to mold it. And I think with the body and the head on that one, it was foam filled.
Okay.
Which was, I think it was foam filled. Maybe it was rotocast. I think it was rotocast now that I'm thinking about it. It was like, this is going back a very long time. But it was a challenge because, if you wanted to make the legs articulate, you either had to start from scratch or be stupid like me and try to make the resin legs work.
Yeah.
It was not fun.
Well, I think that's a good stopping point. I have to actually do some work. But yeah, I got to do work today.
Yeah, I'm getting messages too from work.
Aaron, how do you like my orange shirt? I think it looks pretty good.
Didn't even recognize that you got it in.
Come on, man. What the hell kind of moderator are you? All right. Well, this was fun. I'm glad we did this. I think we're probably try to do a this end off. We'll set it up so that we can do like talk for a while and then show a few things. Not as much as we usually do. We usually spend most of the show just looking, and I enjoy talking too. Like it's cool to show everything, show guys pieces, but it's also cool for us to get on hop on and just chat about.
It's nice to talk models with people.
Yeah. You do it in your basement or your garage or wherever you do it, and you're by yourself most of the time. You message people and stuff, but Wonderfest meeting up with everybody is awesome, and hopping online here and chatting with you guys is awesome. So
yeah, it's like a medical necessity.
It is. Sure is. Yeah. I'm less angry today. So
that's good.
But you guys all have a good day. And we actually are probably gonna have Sean /house/size.
Cool.
No, not Sean Size. For some reason, every time I talk to Aaron and I talk about having Sean House on,
you say Sean Size.
I say Sean Size, and I don't. I
just yell, Chris.
It happens every time, and I don't know why. I've never met Sean Size. I've never talked to Sean Size, so
he's a
I
cool
don't
guy.
know why.
Yeah, he'd have fun on this show. Yeah,
I think we've talked about having him on at some point, and I think even maybe Michael Hawes had mentioned, hey, you should get Sean Size on, and
he's got a 5 foot
Falcon.
Yeah, and he's got a Devastator too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so yeah. And a blockade runner.
Yeah. He's been on the Death Star kick lately. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we should get him on sometime.
Yeah.
And also Jason and I, we talked about doing a transport show coming up. with our
Before I
modeling.
forget all the things about the transport.
And while I'm working on it and getting it ass backwards. So,
Hey,
Yeah.
Chris, did you pull up Hutchings' comment?
no. Where is it at? Which one? An art director I've worked for a few times worked on ESB. Showed me pictures of the Probe Droid Snow Speeder and a Boba Fett. These pictures were his personal photos.
Cool.
I had never seen them published ever.
There's
Yeah,
so much out there, personal
Oh,
photos,
God.
Yeah.
archive stuff. That's just
It's rad.
locked away, and it'll. As soon as we finish our model, some picture will show up.
Yep.
Showing that
Usually
one part.
happens.
That's
Man, I still am shocked that what is it called?
Transport.
Ion Cannon.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Like I was convinced the second I was finished, somebody would be like, "Oh, here's 90 photos that could have been
Yeah.
helpful," and it didn't happen. Like, it's so weird. That has to exist somewhere.
Yeah.
Has to.
Yeah, has to.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right,
Let's
thanks.
let's do this again next week.
Yep.
You guys all have a great day. I'm gonna sign off, so I gotta run.
Okay.
You guys can chat on the side afterwards if you want, or I can end the stream. It's totally up to you guys. Everybody else, thanks for being part of the group. We love it. And I love all the honestly, like our group has. I don't even have to do anything really anymore with it. Like I just
You just sit back and count the money. Yeah.
Yeah, all the money I'm raking in from this, from everything, all this stuff.
27 cents.
20. I didn't even make 27 cents. So, all right, you guys have a good day.
Yep.
See you.
Me too.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Everybody's still on.
Yeah, Jason's